Hey guys, it's Pacifist here. Hope you're having a good day today. If not, I hope you have a better tomorrow. So, this video, as mentioned in the earlier ones, is just like a recap of the weekly ones, rather than doing it daily as opposed to last year. Initially, I was planning to do the time-lapse of them, but unfortunately, on the last day, today, i.e. day 7 for week 1, I forgot to record the time-lapse. However, I did stream it, so I'll be using the VODs to make a time-lapse out of that, but I don't like it when I use the VOD because it just doesn't look as clean, and I'm worried that the BokuMARCho shorts, the quality for it will drop because of that. It is what it is. You live and you learn. I just forgot. But yeah, it's my mistake. Maybe by default, I should just have it pre-recorded from the template. That probably would be a good idea. A community member suggested that. That's probably what I should do. That's technically what I do with my default ones, my non-BokuMARCho ones. So I should carry that forward. I'm not too sure why I don't have that pre-recorded. That's a mistake on my side. Speaking of mistake, I just noticed that the line art for the eye should have been erased here, but it's okay. When I get around to finishing this off, colouring it in, I probably will delete it then. So for this first piece, I have no idea how to pronounce the actual anime series or the name. The character is called, I'm guessing, Zodao Typhon, and he's from the anime Gachia Kuta, I'm guessing. When it came to this prompt, I had no idea who to pick. I was spoilt for choices. I felt like there was loads of good characters, well-designed characters to pick from. There was a plethora of them. Some were a bit more revealing, should we say, than others. And this particular character here kind of stood out. And I think looking from his designs, he's probably a bad guy. But I really liked this one. Whether this is my favorite, I don't know. I have to go through all of them. But I think we kicked off with a good one. It's a good start. The YouTube shorts was a bit scuffed. I've got to put the thumbnail for it in the video. I think I forgot to record mid-sketch. But luckily, I was streaming, so I just used the VOD again for the first bit. So that's day 1. I like this one. Day 2, not much to say. It's The Witcher. It's a very popular series, whether you read the books, watched the series on Netflix, or played the game. I've only watched the first 2 seasons on Netflix. I haven't read the books because I don't know how to read, and I've owned 1 and 2. I'd only played bits of the first game. But from what I can remember, I had a good time playing that game. This was very simple. I know I omitted quite a few details, like what you call it, like a chainmail or the armor texture I kind of omitted. Maybe I'll go back and add it in. I was scared for time. I think we did it just over 2 hours, so I had plenty of time thinking about it now. But yeah, I was just worried that the texture of the armor might reduce the quality. That's why I didn't do it. But we'll see if I actually get around to doing it when I finish this off. I thought this was fine. I had a good time during this one. For Marcy, this was day 3. So like The Witcher, I did this off stream. I didn't do it live. Marcy was fun to draw. Dota's a game that I used to play back in 2013 all the way to 2019, 2018, 2019. So I played for like a good 5-6 years. I was okay. I was above average in that game. I think it was like maybe top 5 percentile. This character wasn't out when I last played, when I stopped playing it. I won't say she's new, but she's one of the more recent ones. Maybe the last 3-4 recent characters. This was fun to draw. When it came to the references, so Dota has an anime on Netflix. It wasn't that great, if I'm honest. So when it came to the reference, I used a reference in-game and a reference in the anime, and I noticed that the anime version was far simpler. So I kind of use bits of both for the reference. But I think this turned out okay. I have no complaints. I think I did struggle a bit with the hands as usual, but I have done like a study session with a friend with the hands, and I've gotten better, which you probably will see going forward. The hands generally have gotten better than historically, in my opinion. Day 4 was Blaze from Street of Rage. We streamed this one. Street of Rage is a game that I have fond memories of Street of Rage. I never owned the game, but my cousin did, and every time I went to his place, we would play this game on the Mega Drive. But yeah, Blaze was in a few of them, if not all of them. I haven't got Street of Rage 4. So I don't know what that game's like, but I remember I wanted to get that game, but I never got around to getting it. This one was tricky because I don't have the reference now, but if you watch the YouTube shorts, you notice that the reference, she was at a certain angle, so it's quite hard to see what her hair looked like. So I had to improvise. But yeah, I think overall, this was an okay piece. If I have to make some changes, maybe I could make this arm, her right arm, a bit thinner, I guess. But overall, by and large, I think this is okay. Yeah, maybe when I do finish her off, I'll probably shrink the arm a bit width-wise. And yeah, I did struggle with this arm, I think it was. I was trying to get the jacket right because she's raising her arm. The jacket shouldn't be leveled with her right-hand side of her jacket. Same as the shoulders, so I have to elevate it slightly. And same as the waist. If this is really bent, then this one should be more straightener because she's like lifting it up, if that makes sense. Because of that, I think it's like a knock-on effect, and I had to do that similarly with her skirt. But yeah, that was day 4. Day 5, this was off stream. This was the main character from Dragon Quest VIII, which is my favourite Dragon Quest game. I was happy that Dragon Quest was picked. I think by and large, it went okay. I was happy with everything, even the hands I was happy with. The only thing that troubled me, and you probably saw it towards the end of the YouTube shorts, is the handle. When I initially drew it, the sketch looked different to the line art because I realized that when I did the sketch, the perspective looked all wrong. I still don't think this is completely right. I still think the round part here needs to be like pushed in a bit more, if that makes sense. I just need to figure out how to fix that. But yeah, I'm still not 100% happy with this part, the round part of the handle. It needs to be pushed in towards him a bit more. But yeah, I need to figure out the perspective on that. Either that or the handle of the sword. I need to adjust that so it fits with this bottom part, the butt of the sword. But overall, I think I did well with this. For Slam Dunk, you know what? I still don't know how to pronounce this name. I haven't watched Slam Dunk in such a long time, but it was a good anime. Is it Hanamichi Sakuragi? I knew I wanted to draw him, but I wasn't sure which version to draw him because early on he has this hair and then later on he shaved his head and I wasn't sure which version to draw it. I don't know. I just like this kind of hairstyle and that was the decision why I chose it. I think for this, the most trickiest one was the shoes, the sneakers, the basketball shoes, and also the design thing on the jersey, the vest, on the sides and where the neck is. That was a bit tricky. And no, that's a lie. I forgot. This hand was a bit tricky as well. His left hand was a bit tricky, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I did struggle a bit, and you may have seen it in the YouTube short as well. Maybe this is my favorite. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw the sketch for this in the time lapse, the sketch was actually good. I actually really thought the sketch was really, really good. And I don't know if this line art is actually a downgrade from the sketch. Then lastly, I forgot to record the time lapse for this, is Edgy from Prince of Tennis. Prince of Tennis is one of my favourite sports anime. It's up there with Slam Dunk and a few others. ICO 21. Probably showing my age here by naming the 3 historic old sports anime. He's one of the very few characters that actually legit has a band-aid on them. And he happens to put it on this side, his right hand side of his face. Drawing the hair, I realised that when I initially did a sketch, there wasn't much volume on the cranium at the top of it. So I had to add a bit more volume to it to account for that. And I think the hair was okay. The jacket, I had issues with the jacket, in particular his left arm, whether it's his forearm or where the bicep, tricep area were. I don't know why, it felt a bit too thin, so I had to make the jacket a bit more puffier and a bit more wider, but I'm happy with how this turned out. Yeah, so funny enough, it wasn't the fingers that I had difficulties with, it was actually the palm of the hand. For some reason, when I initially did it, it felt like from the bottom part of the thumb towards the bottom part of the hand where the palm is, it looked a bit too thin, too narrow, so I had to widen it, and then I kept fiddling around with it to make sure it looked proportional. But yeah, hopefully this is okay. And because he's doing a peace sign, I felt like maybe his elbow, which is at the bottom here, should be higher than on the other side. But overall, I think it was okay. The reference for the shoes was quite small and blurry. I couldn't really see, but a community member sent me some references of his shoes from, I'm guessing, the anime screenshots, and I was able to use that as reference to draw these shoes. And just like the one I drew last year, I think I drew Snake, right? I put my signature as the logo on the tennis jacket uniform, and I did the same thing. Instead of pacifist, I put Bokumaro now. That's a recap of all 7 days for week 1. Which ones were your favourite? If I had to go through each one of them, I'm just gonna like flick them out. So hopefully you guys have been watching, and you probably know I don't think The Witcher will make the cut. I don't think Blaze will make the cut. Street of Rage will make the cut. I don't think Dragon Quest will make the cut. I don't think Prince of Tennis will make the cut. So I'm just still flicking through. Oh, it's hard. I think it's one of these three. I think these are the top three. So yeah, these three are my favorite 3 of the 7. If I had to rank my favorites, you know, I was thinking Slam Dunk, but looking at it now, I think Gachiakuta is my favorite. This is the order from left to right, my top 3. What do you guys think? How do you think I did so far in week 1? Which one's your favorite if you had to pick one? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this to hear my thoughts. I might lump week 5 in with week 4 because week 5 only has 3 days, right? But I'm still strong, you know, I'm not too tired. Well, I'm tired from lack of sleep, but I'm not burnt out from this art thing. So yeah, I'm glad that we set ourselves a 3-hour limit. I think all of them were just slightly over 2 hours, so that's good. Yeah, so we just got to keep the pace. If you guys got up to here, thank you so much for watching or listening to me. To show me that you got here, my question for you is, what part of the Dragon Quest character did I not like or wasn't happy with, and I'm going to fix it later? Let me know in the comments down below if you have the answer to show me that you got up to here. The first person who responds may get a surprise. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, if you haven't, please consider subscribing to the channel so you can see more of these and see the daily shorts if you haven't already. But yeah, that's about it. So it's the 7th today, so it's a Saturday. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and as always guys, wherever you guys are, take care, be well, and be safe. Bye. Because I think he's raising it. He's kind of like raising his hand when he's doing a peace sign. I don't know why I'm doing a peace sign in real life. You guys can't actually see me do this, but I'm doing a peace sign for some strange reason.